Gananam tva ganapatigam havamahe kavim kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshthārajam brahmanam brahmanaspatana shrunvannotibhis dasadanam Shri Mahaganadhipataye namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave namaha Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Om. Dear friends, we were just reading the 12th shloka in the last class, that is Yuktah Karma Phalam Tyaktva Shantim Apnoti Naishtikim Ayuktah Kamakarena Phale Sakto Nibadhyate. We were reading the Bhashyam also. The meaning of this shloka and Bhashyam, we are somewhere in the middle. We have read the line Naishtikim Shraddha, Naishtikim Shantim. What is that Naishtiki Shanti? I was explaining. Naishtikim is that which is associated with Jnana Nishtha, the tranquility of mind, that equanimity of mind, that Chitta Shuddhi, not only Chitta Shuddhi, that happiness which is associated with Jnana Nishtha. A person who is in Jnana Nishtha is the one who has that Chitta Shuddhi, tranquility of mind, that happiness in mind, not Chitta Shuddhi but tranquility, happiness in mind. So that tranquility, that Shanti, that is something which this man also gets, who? The Karma Yogi also. A question arises, how is it? Karma Yogi can only get Chitta Shuddhi, how can he get that Shanti, ultimate Shanti? Then he has explained, it is a gradual process. It is not as though he is suddenly getting it. By virtue of Karma Yoga itself, he is not getting it. Karma Yoga is a preparatory step and by which and through which he is getting in a gradual manner. There is a long phrase which is given, Sattva Shuddhi Jnana Prapti Sarva Karma Sannyasa Jnana Nishtha Prapti Kramena iti Vakya Sheshaha. That is what has to be understood here. That is what Shankaracharya said. Vakya Sheshaha means in this sentence, this is what is implied. What is it? For initially Sattva Shuddhi, then Jnana Prapti, then Karma Sannyasa, then Jnana Nishtha Kramena. So in this gradual process it has to go on. So we stopped at this line, isn't it? So let us read the next line. Yastu punaha Ayuktaha Asamahitaha Kamakarena Karanam Karaha Kamasya Karaha Kamakaraha Tena Kamakarena Kama Preritataya Ityarthaha. So the first line talked about somebody who is a Karma Yogi. Yuktaha means Karma Yogena Yuktaha, one who is settled in that Karma Yoga. Then Ayukta means one who is not in that Karma Yoga, one who is only following the path of Kamya Karma. So we have seen that that is the most initial stage. The most initial stage is following the path of Kamya Karma. Without any idea of any Karma Yoga or without any idea of other superior steps, but only in that preliminary level. So this Ayukta, one who is not associated with Karma Yoga, that is a chap who is only involved in this Kamya Karma, only for his own selfish benefit. So what happens to him? Kamakarena, by virtue, because of the actions which are motivated only by personal desire. All this Kama Preritataya. Kama is desire. Kama not necessarily means lust. Kama in certain situations, in certain context, it may mean lust. But Kama, the general meaning of Kama is desire. Kama does not mean only man, woman, and then that lust and not the thing. Kama means general desire. So Kama Preritataya, even desire for moksha, desire for swarga is a Kama only. So you are involved in one puja or some yajna for which the result is swarga. You are in a kamya karma. Kamya karma means that which is associated with kama. Kama preritataya. Prerana means that which has been driven by, that which has been motivated by. So that is kama preritataya. Then yastu punaha ayuktaha. So the first line told in a positive manner. The second line is telling in the Vyatireka mode. Anvaya Vyatireka it is called. Anvaya mode is telling in a positive way. If you do this, this will happen. And then the Vyatireka mode is, if you do not do this, you will get this. So both ways, positive and negative. So that is what is called Anvaya Vyatireka Kramena. The second line is saying Ayuktaha Kamakarena, that is Kamakarena Karanam Karaha, Kamasya Karaha. That is the activity of Kama, the activity motivated by desire. So propelled by desire. So Tena Kamakarena. Then Mama phalaya idam karomi karma ityevam phale saktah nibadhyate atah tvam yukto bhava ityarthah. So the message to Arjuna is Tvam Yuktaha Bhava. Tvam means you. You means Arjuna. Arjuna, hey Arjuna, you Yukto Bhava. Yuktaha Bhava. Yuktaha means associated with Karma Yoga. Yoga Yuktaha Bhava. Yoga Yuktaha means Karma Yogena Yuktaha Bhava. You be associated with this Karma Yoga. So that is the message. So Mama Phalaya idam karomi karma ityevam phale saktaha nibadhyate. So we have seen this earlier. So this karma is for my benefit, mama phalaya, for me. I am the karta, I am the bhokta. So one who visualizes an actor and an enjoyer in himself, he is the man who gets tied, who is entangled in this cycle of Jnana Marana Chakra, who is entangled in this karma bandha. So that is the meaning here. One who visualizes that he is an actor, he is the man who is getting actions done. Karta Karayita. So that is what it says. So this gentleman, he gets involved and then he gets entangled in this cycle of karma, this cycle of birth and death. Next shloka. Yastu Paramarthadarshi Saha. So Yaha tu. So now we are switching over to Paramarthadarshi. From this shloka onwards till the end, this is that is 13th shloka. From 13th to 29th shloka, that is till the last shloka, we will be talking about Jnani. So in the beginning we have seen the chapter started with the question of Arjuna. Arjuna had a small doubt about sannyasa and karma yoga and which is better and things like that. Then Lord Krishna clarified that doubt. He, while clarifying, he also gave some additional information. He also told about various shades of karma yoga and different types of sannyasa. Now from now on, because the chapter's name itself is Sannyasa Yoga, chapter's name is Karma Sannyasa Yoga or Sannyasa Yoga. So because the very name of the chapter is that, so the main subject is about sannyasa. Sannyasa, what is sannyasa? Renunciation. Not necessarily, you need not necessarily give up all activity. You may be doing activity. That again in this shloka we are going to see. So sannyasa, different shades of sannyasa, briefly he has explained. Now we are going to see in greater detail about sannyasa only from this shloka to till the end of this chapter. So let us read this shloka. Yastu Paramartha Darshi. That is what, how is the beginning. Yaha tu means on the other hand. Yaha Paramartha Darshi. One who sees that supreme goal. Paramartha is Paramartha, that supreme goal. So what happens to him? Sarva karmani manasa sanyasyaste sukham vashi navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvanna karayan. So this is a beautiful shloka. Sarva karmani manasa sanyasya aste sukham vashi. Who is the subject matter here? Vashi. Vashi means one who has got everything under his control. Vashi. Sarvani yasya vashe santi sa vashi. So all the things are under his control. Vashi. He has got his body mind complex under his control. So this gentleman, sarva karmani manasa sanyasya aste sukham. Sukham aste. Sarva karmani. All activities. All activities means nitya, naimittika, all these activities. Manasa sanyasya. Manasa sanyasya means by viveka, by mind he has renounced. What does it mean? Vivekena, by properly understanding, by properly scrutinizing, by scrutinizing the insubstantiality or the substantiality, whether there is anything substantial here or whether it is totally hollow. So whether it is substantial or hollow, let us say. So this hollowness of things, he has analyzed, he has examined, and then he has sannyasya, he has given up. He need not give up also. That meaning also, the commentators they write, he need not totally give up. Manasa sannyasya, he need not physically give up. Because activity may be there, like this jnani sannyasa, jnani karma, like this Lord Rama was doing action, like King Janaka was doing, like many other Rajarshi. The 4th chapter started with a description of Rajarshi. The 4th chapter, they said, a long line of Rajarshis they described. And this is what is our tradition, they said. Our tradition is that philosopher king is our tradition. So unfortunately we have forgotten now. So the tradition, that long tradition he has reminded, Lord Krishna has reminded, and he also said that tradition is becoming weak. Even in his time he said it is becoming, gradually becoming weak. So this sarva karmani manasa sannyasya, manasa parityajya, vivekena parityajya, by properly examining the hollowness or otherwise of things, he has given up those things. And then he, even if he is doing, he is not perceiving them as, he is not perceiving himself as the actor. There is no kartrutva in him. He is not the doer. He is not the doer, nor is he the enjoyer. So there is no kartrutva nor bhoktrutva. He is not the karayita also. Karayita means one who directs the other man to do. One who directs somebody else to do is karayita. Karta means one who does. Karayita is one who directs somebody and does work through somebody. These two words are, usually there is a sloka also, a famous well-known sloka. For any good or bad deed, there are four aspects. That is, one is karta, a person who is a doer. Karayita, one who gets it done through others. Then prerakaha, one who gives, contributes to some help, and then prerakaha, one who encourages it. Then anumodakaha. Anumodaka means, suppose something has happened, some good work has been done. Suppose somebody has built a temple, or somebody has built a school for say orphan children, or somebody is giving some education freely to some people, or somebody has built a hospital. So these are some good deeds, and then you either contribute, either you do, or you get it done through others, or you contribute, or at least you appreciate, yeah, he has done a good job. So these four people are there. Karta, karayita chaiva, prerakascha anumodakaha. Karta, karayita chaiva, prerakascha anumodakaha. Sukrute, dushkrute chaiva. In a good deed or in a bad deed, chatvara samabhaginaha. So they get the punya for that. Punya or papa. If it is a sukruta, they get punya. If you appreciate a good deed, you will also get some punya. Suppose somebody has done a good job. You appreciate him. Yes, you have done well, and then you appreciate him, encourage him to do more. So you will also get some punya out of it. So that is karta karayita chaiva, is a well-known sloka. Karayita chaiva, prerakascha anumodakaha, sukrute, dushkrute chaiva, chatvaras samabhaginaha. These four people are, they have equal share either of punyam or papam. Suppose somebody does an evil deed, and then either you appreciate, yeah, you have done well, you have killed that fellow properly. So if you do like that, then again you will also, or you say connive with him, or you encourage him, or you support him, or shield him, then you will also be a samabhagi in that. So that is the meaning here. Anyway, here, manasa sannyasya sukham aste. So how is he manasa sannyasya after mentally renouncing? After renouncing by proper discrimination, then what is his state? Sukham aste. That is, he sits happily. Aste means asadhatu. Aste. Aste is he sits, he is happy, exists. Aste sukham. Sukham means happily. What is the source of his happiness? Because he has gone above the dualities. As long as we are in the dualities of this raga, dvesha, I like this, I don't like this. So this duality, as long as you are there, and I say, okay, I have done this proper, this particular action, duty I have to do. For this particular duty, I have to get this particular result. I have got some duties, I have got some expectations, I have got certain targets and whatnot. So these, with all these things, a man will not be sukhi. This gentleman, he has manasa sannyasya. He may be performing actions, but mentally he has renounced. This sannyasa also is a good word. Sam plus nyasaha. What is the meaning of nyasa? Nyasam. Suppose you deposit your money with somebody. Suppose you deposit, I am going out somewhere and there is some deposit, I deposit with somebody in a bank or something like that, or with a friend. That is called a nyasam. I will ask him to keep it with him for some time so that I can come and take back. So nyasa. Some nyasa, samnyak nyasaha. You have kept it aside. In English we say, okay, I will show you your place. You must have heard this expression. I will show you your place means I will show you where you belong. So sannyasya is showing everything its place. So it is not you, it is not yourself, it is something to do with the body-mind complex. So you have kept them aside. This activity is something which does not belong to the self. What is self actually? Self actually is that existence, consciousness, that is the self, isn't it? But there is a shloka that is Asti bhati priyam rupam namachet amsha panchakam. Asti bhati priyam. That is asti, the existence. Bhati. Bhanam means knowledge. This existence, knowledge and happiness. Priyam. Priyam is happiness. These three things, they constitute the characteristics of the Brahman. The other Nama and Rupa, they are the world, they are the universe. Nama, Rupa also involves action. There is a Nama, Rupa and action. So all these things, action is something to do with the Prakriti. Whereas Atma Dharma is not action. Atma Dharma is just existence. I know that I exist. I am. I exist. So that existence nobody can deny. Then I know that knowledge, awareness is something that nobody can deny. So this existence and awareness, they are the Atma Dharma, whereas the activity is something belonging to the Prakriti, which is with the body-mind complex. So that is the understanding with which this person is there, who this Samyak Darshi. So that is why he is Sukham Aste, he is happily staying in that body. How is he staying? Navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvan nakarayan. This dehi refers to that Atma, the Jivatma, let us say. Navadvare pure. There is only also a Pathantaram, Navadvare pure dehe. What does your book say?
Navadvare pure dehi.
Dehi. One or two texts they say dehe also. But dehi, okay, anyway it is okay. Navadvare pure, my book says dehi. Dehi means one who is in the body. That is the embodied being, as we call it. In English, what we say is the embodied. One who has a body is embodied, isn't it? The embodied being, Navadvare pure dehi. Who is this dehi? The Jivatma. Naiva kurvanna karayan. So even if he is doing any activity, it does not belong to him. Na eva kurvan. He is not doing anything. Na karayan. He is not a karayita. He is neither a karta nor a karayita. And where does he stay? Navadvare pure. This 9-gated city, 9-gated town, let us say. What is this 9-gated town? 9-gated town is the body. There are 7 gates from throat and above. From this neck and above, there are 9 gates. That is the eyes, 2 ears, and then 2 nostrils, 1 mouth. So this constitutes 7. Say ears. So all this is 7. Then the other 2 doors are below. For the places, that is, they are the place of excrement. That is for the rejection of the wastage in the body. These 2 gates are there in the body down below. So these 9 gates are supposed to be there for this body, for this Puram or the town, which is called the human body. This is a general, this is a common description of body which you get in Vedanta now and then. This is a, what can we say? It is a convention, let us say. It is a convention among the Vedanta writers to refer to the human body as a Navadvara Pura. In fact, say there is again, there is in Kathopanishad also there is one line, Puram Ekadasha Dwaram. He has counted 2 more doors. One is a navel and one is a Brahmarandhara, what we call it. So he has counted those 2 also. So he said, Puram Ekadasha Dwaram Ajasya Avakra Chetasaha. That is Kathopanishad, there is one line like that. So Puram, the body is compared to a Puram. In Bhagavata, there is one whole long episode called Puranjanopakyanam. You can note down also. In Bhagavata, in the Chaturtha Skandha, that is the 4th Skandha, I think there are 2 or 3 adhyayas, 25th, 26th, 27th, 26th to 28th. 25th to 28th Puranjanopakyanam. In the morning I happened to see that. There is an Upakyanam or an episode called Puranjana Upakyanam. Puranjana is the name of the character. Puranjana means Puram Janayati. So he is the man who enlivens that Puram. He is the man who enlivens that town. He is a town dweller, let us say. Town dweller or the one who enlivens the town. He is a Puranjana. The name of the person is Puranjana. He is a king. Then this Puranjana has a friend. His name is not known. Ajnata. Ajnata is the name. That is, his name is not known. Which means that one is Jivatma and the other is Sakshi or Paramatma. And that is not known. That is something which is unknown. So this Jivatma Puranjana, what does he do? he is looking, he is just going out, and then suddenly he finds one beautiful town. A beautiful town with 9 gates, and then that Bhagavatam, a wonderful description of that town is given, how good are the gates, and then how nice, how beautiful are all the things which are there in the Puram. So he just sees there. He goes there, and then there he finds a beautiful woman. He finds a beautiful woman who is having 10 say servants around her, 10 female servants around her, and then she is protected by one huge serpent with 5 heads. So like that the story goes on and on. So there this man, he looks at her, and then that lady also looks at him. They fall in love. What is your name? Where are you from? This fellow also does not know where he is from. That woman also does not know where she is from. But then they fall in love, and then they live a long life. So that woman who is having that 10 paricharikas, that is 10 female servants, she is the buddhi. That buddhi, with all these buddhi vrittis drawn from these 5 senses, all these indriyas are only paricharikas. Pranendriya and this Jnanendriya and Karmendriya, they are the paricharikas. They are the 10 maids, let us say. They are the 10 maids. And the 5-headed Naga is the prana. There are 5 pranas, there are 5 vayus in the body. These 5 vayus are protecting this whole thing. That is, buddhi is after all, this once the vayu is not there, then the thing is gone. So this lady is protected by that 5-headed serpent. So like that the story goes on, and this man goes for hunting. This Puranjana goes for hunting. What does it mean? Hunting means he is going for external pleasures. He is having 5 ashwas. Ashwa means horse. He is having 5 horses, and then he goes out for hunting. And then he goes, hunts, and then kills all animals and enjoys. He just lives like any other animal. And then in a wonderful way it is described. How, and then he returns, and then how he gradually grows old, and how there are some Gandharvas. There are 360 Gandharvas. What does it mean, 360 Gandharvas? The 360 days in a year, 360 or 365 days in a year. So these years they pass by, they come again and again, and then they keep on assaulting him. And by the time this fellow becomes old, and how he becomes old, and how he becomes repentant, all those things in a long tale, a long upakhyana, in about 3 adhyayas, sage Vyasa has described. So this is a sort of convention. It is a sort of poetic, it is something like a poetic convention. In poetry also there is some small convention. Suppose a woman's face is compared to moon, or like a red rose. So something like that. My love is like a red rose, one English poet says. In our literature, in our Indian literature, we compare it with the moon. So something like that. So this is a sort of say convention among the philosophers, among the Vedantins, to denote the body as a sort of 9-gated city. So this 9-gated town dweller, who is this town dweller? He is the Jivatma. You can read that Puranjana Upakyanam in Mahabhagavatam, which is a very wonderful, it gives a very wonderful description of all this human say activity, and all the aspects of buddhi, or their raga, dvesha, all these things, they are all very well described in that Upakhyana. So this is the overall meaning of the shloka. So this gentleman who is a Vashi means one who has control of this body-mind complex, he has given up or mentally renounced, or by viveka he has renounced this karma, and then he stays in this Navadvare Pure, 9-gated town, he is dwelling in that. So let us read the Bhashyam. Sarvani karmani sarva karmani sannyasya parityajya nityam naimittikam kamyam pratishiddham cha
Nityam naimittikam kamyam pratishiddhancha
sarva karmani tani manasa viveka buddhya karmadau akarma darshanena samtyajya ityarthaha. So this is the crux of it. Karmadau akarma darshi. So karmanya karmayah pasyet. We know that, we remember that line. Karmadau akarma darshi. So even when he is doing his going about various activities, he knows that he is not the actor. It is the body-mind complex which is the actor. Sarvani karmani sarva karmani. Sarva karmani means all activities. What are all those activities? Nityam, naimittikam, kamyam, pratishiddham. We know that there are 4 types of activities. Nitya, naimittika, kamya, pratishiddha. We have come across this several times. Nitya is something which is compulsory. Nitya not only means which is there always, which have to be done every day. Compulsorily it has to be done. Like Sandhya Vandana, Pancha Mahayajna. So these are the things which are say Nitya karmas. Then Naimittika karma also we know. Naimittika, what is Naimittika karma? There is an occasion. For example, there is an eclipse. The common example given is an eclipse. When some solar eclipse or lunar eclipse is there, you go and take an extra bath and then you do some japam, Gayatri japam or some other japam you do. Then some other day, suppose there is a Shraddha, like Pitru Shraddha. Pitru Shraddha is something like our Swami Tattvavidananda says, it is something like a Father's Day. In English, they say Father's Day, Mother's Day, etc. Once in a year, they telephone to their fathers or mothers. So it is not like that. Here, of course, this is after death. Shraddha, that is Shraddha, Pitru Shraddha. So these are all Naimittika karmas. When there is a nimitta, occasion, that activity which is occasioned by something, that is a Naimittika karma. Then Kamyam, Pratishiddham, we know that. So Sarva Karmani, Manasa Viveka Buddhya, by proper discrimination he has rejected. Or he has mentally renounced. He may physically renounce or he may not physically renounce. Then Aste Tishtati Sukham Tyakta Vangmanah Kaya Cheshtaha Yatihi Nirayasaha Prasanna Chittaha Atmanaha Anyatra Nivrutta Bahya Sarva Prayojanaha iti Sukham Aste Ityuchyate. So Aste means he stays, exists. Aste exists, Tishtati, that's all. Sukham, why is he so sukham? Why is he so happy? Tyakta Vang Manah Kaya Cheshtaha Yatihi Nirayasaha Prasanna Chittaha. So he is having such a happiness of mind. Prasanna Chitta, he has no tension, he has no targets. He has nothing to, no compulsion. So whatever he is doing it as a jnani. He is doing it knowing that he is not the doer. So that is the meaning here. Tyakta vang manah kaya cheshtaha. This vak, manas, kaya, it is not myself. So that is his meaning. He has isolated his body-mind complex from himself. So he is in that position. Then prasanna chittaha atmanaha anyatra nivrutta bahya sarva prayojanaha. There is no external benefit. Bahya prayojana means there is no external benefit which has to come from him. There is no benefit which has to come from outside, because he is anantara abahya. He is in that state of anantara abahya. That is, he is in the state of Brahman, which is all pervading. So for which there is no external prayojana. There is nothing external. So nivrutta bahya sarva prayojana. Nivrutta. So that all that idea of Bahya Prayojana has gone. Nivrutta, it has disappeared. All that Bahya Prayojana thing, mindset is, it has disappeared. Then Atmanaha Anyatra, nothing else is there. So except Atma, he is an Atma Rama. We have come across that word earlier. Atmani Aramaha Yasya, Aramanam Yasya. That is, he is happy in his own self. He is happy by knowing that he is so and so. He is that Brahman. He is Atmani Anyatra, Atmanaha Anyatra, Nivrutta Bahya Sarva Prayojana. That is, beyond this Atman, he has no other Prayojana. Then, iti Sukham Aste Ityuchyate. Then, Vashi Jitendriyaha Ityarthaha. So, this meaning of Vashi also he is giving. Jitendriyaha. He has all his body-mind complex in his control. Then, Kva Katham Aste Ityaha. Navadvare Pure Sapta Shirshanyani Atmana Upalabdhi Dvarani Arvak Dve Mutra Purisha Visargarthe Taihi Dvaraihi Navadvaram Puramuchyate Shariram Puramiva Puram
Puramiva Puram.
Atmaika Swamikam.
Atmaika Swamikam.
So, okay, we'll stop here because the line is going on. So, Kwa Katham Aste. Kwa means where. Katham Aste. Where and how. Katham means how. Kwa is where. Where and how is he existing? Navadvare Pure. In this 9-gated town. He is a town dweller in that 9-gated city. And he is explaining also. Sapta Shirshanyani. Shirsham, you know, Shirsham is head. Sapta Shirshanyani. 7 are located in the head. Then Atmanaha Upalabdhi Dwarani. What are these things? These 7 things are Atmanaha Upalabdhi Dwarani. Upalabdhi means acquiring or getting. What is it getting? Various sensory impressions. All these sensory impressions are acquired by these 7 gates. Sensory impressions, yeah, sensory, even eating also is one. Eating also not only for the body, Atmana Upalabdhi, that is again a sensation. Then nose again a sensation. Ears and all these things. All these 7 doors are the means through which he perceives things. He perceives, either in the form of food or in the form of knowledge. So these are the things which are the Upalabdhi Dwarani. These are the doors of perception, as we can say. These doors of perception. Then Arvak Dve. Arvak means below, in the body, below. There are Dve. Arvak Dve. What are they? Mutra Purisha Visargarthe. These two one is for Mutra Visarjana and then for other Purisha Visarjana. Taihi Dwaraihi Navadwaram Pramuchite. With these doors, Taihi Dwaraihi means with these doors, this body is called a 9-gated town. Then Shariram Puramiva Puram. It is almost like a Puram because Atmaika Swamikam. Who is the body? Who is the boss? Swami. Swami means the owner. Swam is own thing. Swami is one who owns it. So Atmaika Swamikam. Atma is the only Swami here. Who is this Atma? This Jivatma. He is the Swami here. He is the boss here. Atmaika Swamikam. Tad Artha Prayojanaihi. Sorry, one second. Tadartha Prayojanaischa Indriya Manobuddhi Vishayaihi Aneka Phala Vijnanasya Utpadakaihi Pauraihi va Adhishtitam Tasmin Navadvare Pure Dehi Sarvam Karma Sannyasya Aste. So he is again describing these Indriyas. Tad Artha Prayojanaischa Indriya Manobuddhi Vishayaihi. All these Indriyas, mind and Buddhi. Manaha and Buddhi, we know the distinction. Mana and Buddhi we know. Then Indriya Prayojana, all these 5 Indriyas, this mind and Buddhi, all these things are working for the benefit of this Swami. Tadartha Prayojanaischa. Tadartha Prayojana means for the sake of that Swami, for the sake of that Atma only, for the sake of that Jivatma. All these Indriyas and or the person who identifies with the body, let us say. For the person who identifies with the body, these things are working. These are the things which are getting all these things from outside. Manobuddhi Vishayehi Aneka Phala Vijnanasya Utpadakaihi. These are all the things which are producing so much of sensory impressions. Phala Vijnanasya Utpadaka. Utpadaka means that which produces. What is it producing? All these Indriyas, what are these producing? They are producing various sensory impressions. All these sensory impressions are carried to the mind, and then the mind it is collates, and then Buddhi actually collates. So this is what happens in the whole process. And in this process we get knowledge of this, that, we get knowledge of so many subjects, all the universe around. All this knowledge is obtained through these things only. Phala Vijnanasya Utpadakaihi Pauraihi iva Adhishtitam. So as though all these Indriyas, the mind, Buddhi, they are all functioning like his servants. Pauraihi iva. Paura is one who stays in the Puram is a Paura. Paurulu, we use the word Paurulu. What is the word Paura? One who stays in the Puram is a Paura. So, a chap who is obedient to the king, a chap who is obedient to the Jivatma. So, all these Indriyas, etc., mind, Buddhi, etc., they are all obedient to the Jivatma. They are in the position of Pauras. And then all these people, they are headed by Pauraihi Iva Adhishtitam. So, it is structured like that. So all these people are there. Tasmin Navadware Pure Dehi, in that nine gated town, Dehi, this Jivatma, Sarvam Karma Sannyasya Aste. So he stays there in that position. Then how is he staying? Is he staying like a boss? Sarvam Karma Sannyasya Aste. What does it mean? So he feels that that this body-mind complex is not his. He feels just like a guest. He is not even a tenant. He is like a guest who is just staying in that body-mind complex. Sarva karmani sannyasya aste. Just lives like like you live in a sort of guest house. Sarvam karma sannyasya aste. So this body, he dissociates himself from that body-mind complex. So that is the meaning here. Then kim visheshanena sarvo hi dehi sannyasi asanyasi va dehe eva aste tatra anarthakam visheshanamiti. So why is that special mention? Why are you specially mentioning that he is manasa sanyasya aste? Is it okay?
Yes.
Why are you specially mentioning that he is manasa sanyasya, he stays there by mentally renouncing, by proper viveka he is renouncing. Why are you saying that? Because everybody, whether he is a sannyasi or an asanyasi, he is there in the body only. Everybody is a dehi, everybody is a town dweller. Why are you distinguishing that this man is something different? So that is the question. Kim visheshanena? Visheshanena means what is so? Why are you specially mentioning? Why are you using that adjective manasa sanyasya? Then sarvohi dehi, that is everybody who is in this body, sannyasi asanyasi va, whether he is a sannyasi or an asanyasi, dehe eva aste, everybody stays in the body only. Then tatra anarthakam visheshanamiti. Anarthakam means that is useless. This visheshanam, especially mentioning that this man has mentally renounced and all that, it is of no use. It does not make any sense. So that is the question here. So he is explaining, Uchyate yastu agneha dehi dehendriya sanghata matra atmadarshi sanghata matra atmadarshi. Okay. Sa sarvopi gehe bhumau asaneva ase iti manyate nahi dehamatratmadarshinaha geha iva dehe ase iti pratyayah sambhavati. So he makes a distinction. For a man who feels that he is nothing different from the Dehendriya Sanghata, he feels, okay, I am sitting in this chair. Suppose I am thinking that I am nothing but the Dehendriya Sanghata. I means I am so and so body, I have got this particular body, I am having this particular personality and whatnot. I feel that I am sitting here, I am sitting in this room, I am sitting in front of you. So something like that. Or if I go out, I am walking, I am sitting there. So this is what I feel. A person who identifies himself with the body-mind complex, that is the feeling. If one who does not identify with the body-mind complex, he does not feel that he is sitting in the body, sitting in the chair or sitting in the room. He feels, I am sitting in the body. So it all depends whether you are, you are feeling whether you are sitting on the chair or whether you are feeling whether you are sitting in your body. If you feel that you are sitting in a chair, you are looking at yourself as a deha, you are a deha, dehendriya sanghata matra atmadarshi. That is, you are perceiving your atman. Atmadarshi means one who perceives the atman. You are perceiving your atman as dehendriya sanghata matra. Only the body-mind complex, deha, indriya, sanghata. Sanghata means that aggregate. Sanghata means that totality, that aggregate. So deha plus indriya plus sanghata, dehendriya sanghata, that aggregate of body and senses and whatnot, all these things, this is mine, this is me, that is identification. When you are like that, so then you you feel that you are sitting in a chair. But if you are a jnani, then you feel that you are sitting in the body. So the body may be sitting in the chair, body is sitting in the chair, body is walking out, body is doing all the things. So that is the meaning here, that is the distinction he makes. Uchyate means it is being said, yes to Ajnaha, the one who is an Ajna. Ajna means ignorant man. Dehi means Dehendriya Sanghata Matra Atmadarshi. I explained this. One who sees it as, one who sees Atma, sees Atman as Deha Indriya complex. Then Saha Sarvopi, Gehe means in a house, Bhumau on the ground, then Asaneva. I am sitting in an asanam. Asanam means a chair, a table, whatever it is. Asaneva, ase, that I am staying in the house. I am standing on the ground. I am sitting in a chair. So ase, iti manyate. So he feels like that. Then nahi dehamatra atmadarshinaha. And for such a man who sees Atman only in the dehamatra, then gehe iva dehe ase iti pratyaha sambhavati. This experience that I am staying in the body, that experience does not happen to him. This experience that I am staying in the body, I am different from the body, that experience does not happen to somebody who is a dehamatra atmadarshi. So this word we have to remember, dehamatra atmadarshi. So this dehamatra atmadarshi will never get an idea or will never get the experience that I am staying in the body. So he will only feel I am staying in the chair. So next, dehadi sanghata Vyatirikta Atmadarshinastu Dehe ase iti pratyaha utpadyate. Upapadyate. So this man is Dehadi Sanghata Vyatirikta. Vyatirikta means it is different from that. Dehadi Sanghata Vyatirikta Atmadarshi. This Atma is something different from this Dehadi Sanghata. Dehadi Sanghatena Vyatiriktaha. Dehadi Sanghatat Vyatiriktam. So this Atma is something which is totally different from this Dehadi Sanghata. So a man who sees like that, a man who has that understanding, he feels Dehe ase iti pratyaha upapadyate. For that man, this pratyaya means experience. Pratyaya is that understanding or experience. What I am in the body, that experience is possible. Upapadyate means that is possible. Then Parakarmanam cha Parasmin Atmani Avidyaya Adhyaropitanam Vidyaya Viveka Jnanena Manasa sannyasa upapadyate. Okay. Parakarmanam cha parasmin atmani avidyadhyaropitanam. Okay, here he says, he is using again the word adhyasa. Shankaracharya uses the word adhyasa. Adhyasa means superimposing something on the other. We have come across this word earlier also. And this word is very, very importantly used in Brahma Sutra Bhashya, in the Avatari, in the initial Bhashyam of Brahma Sutra. For the Brahma Sutras, Shankaracharya, it is called Adhyasa Bhashyam actually. It is called Adhyasa Bhashyam. So he talks about this superimposition, that is mistaking something for the other. So that is what he is very briefly indicating here. So it is the body-mind complex which are involved in various actions. And these actions you are superimposing on the Atma. Atma has nothing to do with activity. Atma is only existence, consciousness and happiness. And then activity is something which is relating to three guna. This because of the three gunas, this sattva, rajas and tamas, these gunas which are the constituents of this maya or prakriti or what we loosely call nature. So these are the characteristics of prakriti. Activity is the characteristic of prakriti, not of the Atma. So not of Chit, Sat and Chit. Sat and Chit has nothing to do with activity. So this, but what are we doing? We are actually superimposing. What is this? Adhyaropa. Adhyaropa is superimposition. This superimposing these activities on the Atman. So Parakarmanam, that is actions done by somebody else. Parakarmanam. Para is somebody. Karma is action. Parakarmanam, all these actions done by somebody else, actions of some others. Parasmin Atmani, in Atma which is totally different. Atma is here and some other people are there, some other things are there. All the activities done by some others are superimposed on this Atman. So Parakarmanam Parasmin Atmani Avidyaya adhyaropitanam. And why are we superimposing it on this avidyaya? Because of ignorance. Avidyaya, then adhyaropitanam, vidyaya viveka jnanena. And how to dispel that avidya? Only by avidya. You have to dispel darkness only by light. So avidya has to be dispelled by vidya only. Then what is that? Manasa vivekena, viveka jnanena manasa. Viveka jnanena. That viveka, that discrimination, thinking, analyzing, scrutinizing. So that is the only path. Manasa sannyasya upapadyate. So this manasa sannyasa upapadyate. So that manasa sannyasa is possible by doing this viveka. Then utpanna viveka vijnanasya
Utpanna viveka vijnanasya
sarva karma sannyasinaha api
sarvakarma sannyasinaha api
gehe iva dehe eva
gehe iva dehe eva
navadvare pure asanam
navadvare pure asanam
prarabdha
phala
karma samskara sheshanuvritya
karma samskara sheshanuvritya
dehe eva vishesha vijnana utpattehe
विशेष विज्ञान उत्पत्तेः
देहे एव आस्ते इति अस्त्येव विशेषण फलम विद्वत् अविद्वत् प्रत्यय भेदापेक्षत्वात्. Same thing he is saying. Vidvat pratyaya and avidvat pratyaya. That is the experience of a jnani. Vidvat pratyaya. Pratyaya is experience, understanding. Vidvat, vidwan, something to do with vidwan is vidvat pratyaya. Then avidvat pratyaya is something to do with avidwan, the experience of an avidwan. So vidvat pratyaya and avidvat pratyaya are being compared here. Vidvat pratyaya, avidvat pratyaya, bheda apetshatvat. This bheda, this difference, because in keeping in view the difference, we are saying this. He says, utpanna viveka vijnanasya sarva karma sannyasinaha api. So one in whose case that viveka has arisen, viveka has dawned on him. Utpanna viveka vijnanaha means that viveka has dawned on him. Utpanna means in whose case it has arisen, it has dawned, it has it is born in him. That vijnana is born in him. Utpanna. Then sarva karma sannyasinaha gehe iva dehe eva asmi. So like in a house, I am staying in the body. So that feeling arises, that experience arises. Navadvare pure asanam. So that is staying in this nine-gated body. And then, how then, why is he continuing? Why is he continuing in this body? Because there is what is called prarabdha karma. Prarabdha means does not, it is not something bad. Sometimes, usually we say, it is all his prarabdham. It is all his fate. We use in a loose sense, we use that word prarabdha to mean something fate, something which is inescapable, something which is bad. So we use in that sense. Prarabdha, it is neither positive nor negative. It can be good or bad. Prarabdha, pra plus arabdha. So that which has begun, that's all. Prarabdha karma. So a man has a mixed baggage of good, bad karma. So when you have taken birth, it means that some karma has resulted in this particular birth. So in this particular birth, you exhaust some of the old karma. And then after exhaustion of one karma, another karma starts giving you result. Suppose you have done some good deed, say in your previous life. So from today, that new karma starts giving you the result. So that karma has prarabdha, is prarabdha. We can say it is prarabdha karma. It has started giving you result. And then this prarabdha karma, it goes on for a particular period. So that karma phala shesha means, so there is something remaining there. Shesha means remaining. Karma phala shesha is some karma phalam, that whatever is due to you is still something is pending. It is not fully repaid to you. It is still, there is something which is still pending. And because it is still continuing, that is what is the meaning of this word. Prarabdha phala karma samskara shesha anuvritya. Anuvritti means continuance. So this prarabdha phala karma, that samskara, that prarabdha karma is giving you a samskara. That samskara is giving you some phalam, and that is continuing. That shesha, that remainder is there, and that remainder is still continuing. Because that is continuing, then but still he is a jnani. So that is why dehe eva vishesha vijnana utpattehe. But for him, this Viveka arises, so he feels that Dehe eva asmi, I am in this Deha. So, iti Astyeva Visheshana Phalam. Astyeva Visheshana Phalam is, earlier he asked that question, Kim Visheshanena? Why are you exclusively saying, why are you specially mentioning Manasa Sanyasya? So, he says, okay, there is some significance of that exclusive mention, special mention. There is a significance for that Visheshanam. What is that? We are basically talking about a Jnani on one, Jnani's experience on one side, Ajnani's experience on another side. Jnani's experience is, I will stay in the body. Ajnani's experience is, I am sitting in the chair. So that is the question here. Bheda apetshatvat. Iti astyeva visheshana phalam. So there is some purpose, there is some use for that visheshana. Then, yadyapi karyakarana karmani avidyaya atmani adhyaropitani sannyasya aste ityuktam tathapi atma samavayitu kartrutvam karayitrutvam cha syat ityashankya aha naiva kurvan swayam na karyakaranani karayan naiva kurvan swayam na karyakaranani karayan kriyasu pravartayan. So the last line is being explained. Naiva kurvan na karayan is being explained. So there can be a doubt. Okay, what is the doubt? So you may say that okay, this avidya, I have this avidya adhyaropitas, all these things which have been superimposed, all these actions of the body-mind complex which have been superimposed on the Atman, I have done viveka, I have done some scrutiny, I have done some proper analysis of all these things and I have rejected. But then the Atma itself, this what I call I, that Atma is there, and then that Atma can be a karta. You are only talking about body-mind complex. You say that body-mind complex, whatever it says is something, nothing to do. It is totally different. Then what about the Atma? Atma can be, this Kartrutva and Bhoktrutva can be Atma Samavayi. Atma Samavayi means, Samavayi there is a technical word which is used in Tarka Shastra. But here we can simply understand, this Samavayi is something which is inseparably associated. Atma Samavayi. So when I say I am the doer. The doership is something which is inherent in me, isn't it? When I say I am the doer, or I make somebody else do that, I am the karayita, karta and karayita, bhokta, bhoktrutvam. These are certain things which are, bhoktrutvam may not be inherent because in karma yoga, okay, that bhoktrutva will go. This kartrutva is there. So even in this karma yoga, even that he says I am not the karta also, that kartrutva bhavana of course will be there. He is only phala pesha he is leaving. Anyway, so this kartrutva bhavana is very much there. So this karta and this atma, they are so inseparably located. Do you understand this? I will again explain. Suppose you take a cloth. A cloth is made of threads. You take all these cotton threads and then by weaving them you make cloth. So cloth is something which is inseparable from the threads. If you take away the threads, the cloth is not there. So that is what is called Samavai Sambandha in logic, in Tarka Shastra. This Tantu, Pata and Tantu, that is cloth and threads, they are inseparable. Then similarly you take some vessel or something like that. Then that is made of, say this matti, that is something which is inseparable. So inseparably, then that is what is called inseparable or inherent. So that is what is called inherence, the principle of inherence. So when I say Atma and I am the doer, the doership is something which is inherent. So that doubt can be there. That doubt can be there. So that is why he says, I will read out this line again. Yadyapi karyakarana karmani avidyaya atmanya adhyopitani sannyasya aste ityuktam. That means, even though it has been told that karyakarana karmani avidyaya, all these say activities of the body and mind, body and senses, karyakarana karmani. We also use, come across this word Karya Karana quite often. What is the Karya Karana? Karyam is the body, Karana are the senses. Karya Karana Sanghata we say. So this body sense, the activities done by this body and senses are superimposed because of avidya on the Atman. Though it has been said like that, tathapi even then, Atma samavaitu kartrutvam karayitrutvam cha syat. This kartrutvam and karayitrutvam should be Atma samavai. These are something which are inseparable. The activities of body, mind is okay, you can relieve. But what about this kartrutvam? This kartrutvam will be there. So that is the question. Iti ashankya. Ashankya means anticipating that question. Ashanka means, iti ashankya, whenever we see, anticipating such a doubt. This line is told. What? Naiva kurvan nakarayan. So he is seeing himself as a non-actor. Naiva kurvan. He is not doing anything, not karayan means he is not visualizing himself as an actor, nor as an agent of action, nor as somebody who is, driving somebody else to do that. So that is the meaning here. Then Kim, one second. What is this? Did I read all this line? Yes. Naiva kurvan swayam na karya karanani. Swayam karyani karyatur pravartayan. Okay. Kim yat kartrutvam karayitrutvam cha dehinah swatma samavayi sat sannyasat na sambhavati yatha gachatah gatihi gamana vyapara parityage nasyat tadvat kimva swatayeva atmano nasti iti. So there is another, this doubt is being again explained. The doubt is being rather analyzed. What is it? Kim yat kartrutvam karayitrutvam cha dehinah swatma samavayi sat sannyasat na sambhavati. So suppose you visualize a man. You imagine a person who is walking. And then suddenly he stops walking. So that walking, that activity called walking is stopped. So similarly, do you mean to say that this kartrutvam and karayitrutvam, they have just stopped because he has taken up sannyasa? You follow the question? A man is walking, he has just stopped walking. So that activity of stopping walking has stopped. So similarly, this gentleman, he has been doing all activities and then he has taken up sannyasa. So suddenly after taking up sannyasa, this thing has this kartrutvam and karayitrutvam, have they stopped? Though they are Atma Samavayi. Atma Samavayi means inseparably connected with the Atma. This Kartrutvam and Karayitrutvam, these two words you know. These two things which are Atma Samavayi, which are so inseparably connected with this Atman. Do you mean to say that by merely taking up sannyasa, these things have dropped off? Just as in the case of a man who is walking and then who stopped and then that gati is gone. That gati means that movement is gone. Or really they are not Atma Dharmas, or they are not at all connected with Atma Dharma. The question is, are they really Atma Samavayi or unconnected with Atma? Are they really Atma Samavayi? This Kartrutvam and Karayitrutvam, you are visualizing that, presuming that they are Atma Samavayi. Are they really Atma Samavayi or are they not Atma Samavayi? So that is the meaning. You understood this question?
Yes.
Kim yat tat kartrutvam karayitrutvam cha dehinah swatma samavayi sat. Swatma samavayi sat means while they continue to be Atma Samavayi, sannyasat na sambhavati. Because of renunciation they drop off. Just as in the case of a person, yatha gachatah gatihi. Gachatah means for one who is walking, gachatah gatihi. Gamana vyapara parityage nasyat. Gamana vyapara parityaga means he has given up walking, he has stopped walking. Then that has stopped. So in a similar manner, is it this kartrutvam, karayitrutvam are not there, or are they really not there? You follow the question?
Yes.
That is the question. Atrochyate nasti atmanah kartrutvam karayitrutvam cha. So the answer is not at all. This Atma is something which has nothing to do with this Kartrutvam, Karayitrutvam. It is not as though by sannyasa he has given up. By sannyasa, by viveka, he has only understood. He has not given up. If there is something and then if you give up, then that is activity, isn't it? In Atma there is no activity. He has only realized that Atma has no kartrutvam na karayitvam. It is not as though he has voluntarily given up. He has only realized that Atman is something which has no kartrutva na karayitrutvam. Nasti atmanah swatah kartrutvam karayitrutvam cha. He is giving some examples, some quotations. Uktam hi avikaryoyam uchyate sharirasthopi kaunteya nakaroti nalipyate iti dhyayativa lelayitiva iti shrutehe. So he is giving some examples. This last line, maybe if time is over, we will continue in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.